So now by completing our past tense current triangle using vector addition, we've determined our set and drift. The set and drift of the current is 0.48 degrees set at a drift of 2.2 knots. Now we're going to use this known set and drift to make sure that we steer a course to allow for the set. So we're going to now do a future tense current sailing triangle. We had hoped to be here. We found out we were here, so we never actually got to this 1030 DR. We'll never get to the 1045 or the 11. So the first thing we'll do is we'll erase the DR beyond 1030. So we'll erase this DR, and now we're going to lay down our desired course. So from our 1030 position, we're actually going to change course now to a course or a desired course. We wish to make a course of 270 degrees true, knowing that there's a set and drift. So we're going to have to determine a course to steer so that we can maintain or make good a track of 270 degrees. So we'll do our future case triangle. The first thing we will do is from our position at 1030, do a track line. The desired course that we want to make good is 270 degrees. So we'll draw 270 degrees from our known position. And this will be the track. And along with track in our current sailings, speed of advance always goes with track. So now we have one side of the current sailing triangle. Every current sailing triangle has course and speed. We always need to know what course to steer and what engine speed we're on, and then a set and drift. The current is always involved. If it's past tense, it's course made good and speed made good. Whenever it's future case, the other side of the triangle, the third side of the triangle, is going to be track and speed of advance. All right, let's work on our future tense sailing triangle. We know we want to make a track of 270 degrees. We are not going to change our engine speed. Our engine speed is going to remain at 10 knots. So we just need to determine a new course to steer. We want to go in this direction. We know we're getting pushed this direction, so we're going to have to steer something to the left in order to maintain this track. But again, we're not going to change our engine speed. So the first thing we're going to do is apply our set and drift. We're going to take our set and drift from our known position and apply that same set and drift we just determined, which is a set of 48 degrees at a drift of 2.2 knots. So we'll apply this from the position, the 1030 position. So 0.48 at 2.2 knots. But we're going to keep our triangle in a half an hour increment. So in half an hour, that's only 1.1 nautical miles. So 1 nautical miles. The length of that vector, the set and drift vector, is going to be this long. Now to help you, you might want to just put a little arrowhead on the end of that vector to know the length. All right, we'll label that. That's set and drift. So we have set and drift, track and speed of advance. The other side of the triangle is going to be course and speed. All right, again, we don't know the course yet. It's going to be something to the left. But what we do know about the course and speed vector is the magnitude or the length of it. We are maintaining a speed, an engine speed of 10 knots. So we know the length of the course and speed vector. It's going to be a magnitude of 10 knots. In half an hour, that's 5 nautical miles. So we can open our dividers up to 5 nautical miles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Distance of 5 nautical miles. Dividers are open to that distance. We go to the head of the set and drift vector and we strike an arc where it crosses the track vector. We're going to be able to complete our current sailing triangle. So this will determine our course. So from the end of the set and drift vector to the intersection of the track line of our 10-knot arc is going to be our course and speed vector. So we'll draw that in. It's going to be course and speed. We know the speed, that's 10 knots. That's what we just figured out. The length of that vector is 5 miles in half an hour for 10 knots. What we're determining is what is this course. So we'll figure out what the course to steer will be in that known current in order to make a track of 270 degrees true. So that course is going to be 261 degrees. So we will steer 261 degrees, maintaining our speed of 10 knots. By steering to the left, the ship will stay on this track line and proceed along despite the fact that there's a set and drift in this direction. So the last thing we need to figure out is what our speed of advance. We know we're going to make a track of 270 degrees, but how fast will we go along this track line? What will be our speed of advance? We will measure the length of this vector. It's 4.1 miles, but again, that's in half an hour, so we multiply that by 2, so 4.1 times 2, our speed of advance is 8.2 knots. We've now finished our entire current sailing triangle problem.